Yesterday we talked about how it would look like if Bitcoin were to make a pullback and which levels it needs to hold in order to remain bullish. In today's video, guys, we are going to have a look at the opposite direction because Bitcoin right now already showing a little bit of strength, and how does it might look if we are getting another rally from the levels that we are trading right now. So guys, let's jump straight into it. So when we analyze the rally that we have seen with Bitcoin, guys, this has been such a beautiful rally, and I see many people being bearish. This is a very good sign, to be honest, because what do we have here? We have a very big pump from a 60-day cycle low, then consolidation, pump, consolidation, but the consolidation, guys, is not even like a correction and then go up. The consolidation moves up and then we have another pump. Right now we have a pattern in the shorter term time frame. I think it's visible in the 1 hour time frame. It's kind of like a triangle formation, and I've mentioned this in yesterday's video as well. Or this maybe even a diamond formation. It's not something we see that often, but we have something like this right here. So it's kind of like, I mean, if you look at if this would be the thing, you would be looking at a triangle formation. This makes it a diamond. Anyhow, the outcomes are most of the time the same. The targets are also the same, guys. So I'm going to share the targets in today's video with you guys as well. But first of all, what's most important when we have a look at certain patterns? The most important thing with patterns is, of course, from which trend did we enter the pattern? And here you can see as well, we entered the trend, or we entered the pattern with an uptrend. So most patterns, most patterns, not all of them, but for example, triangle formations, how the triangle looks anyway, flag formations, they often function as continuation patterns, which basically means that there is a trend, then we have a pattern forming, people taking a little bit profits, people taking a little bit of air, and then we are continuing the trend in the same direction until it doesn't. So it's very clear if we look at the Bitcoin price action, for example, right here, and we go, for example, to this formation. This is also a pattern. This is a megaphone pattern, right? Kind of a ascending, broadening channel. It is also called a megaphone pattern. It doesn't really matter the pattern, because this pattern is again functioning as a continuational pattern, because we've entered this pattern from an uptrend and we leave this pattern continuing the trend that we've entered. Here we can see it as well. We had somewhat of a triangle formation right here as well, but we've entered a triangle formation from an uptrend, from a big bounce. So the moment we break out, we continue the trend that we've entered. So that is what I'm thinking right now as well, and I've said that in yesterday's video as well, that we could do something as follow, where we do break still above this previous all-time high, get another rally in Bitcoin. Maybe not the strongest, maybe it gets a lot of attention, guys, because we are on price discovery. We are going to levels that we have never seen before in the past history of Bitcoin, and then we are going to like maybe have a correction into the next 60-day cycle low, testing this high as the new support. So turning the former resistance into new support. It can be something like this, can be something like this, but you get the point, right? Important, of course, is that we are breaking today out of this diamond or triangle formation, depending how you want to look at it. And I'm going to share the pattern with you guys, the target of this formation. And it's actually pretty simple, because there are two ways to measure the target of this formation. You have the conservative way and you have basically the bullish way. So the conservative way would be to take the width of the triangle, put that at the point of breakout. So maybe here, or maybe we do it later. And then the target to the upside would be 108,200. So that would be almost a new all-time high, but you can already see we would be testing the previous all-time high. If this thing were to break out to the downside with the same conservative target mechanism, depending of course where we break down, the target would be roughly at 98,000. You can see already that aligns roughly with the previous resistance in this broadening wedge right here. Now let's have a look at a very bullish target if we were to see this pattern differently. So we can see this pattern also, we can take it, for example, right here, we make it like a bull flag. So we have like the flagpole, we have the bull flag, and maybe this is even something like, possibly still something like this. So that's something we can take into consideration as well, that we still do something like this before we are breaking out to the upside. However, we have to take note, of course, that we are late in the 60-day cycle. So the later we are in the 60-day cycle, the higher the likelihood that we are getting a correction sooner or later. I mean, that's just basic math. But if we would do something like this, then the target would be 113,000 US dollars. Generally, guys, I don't really think the targets, of course, for short-term trading are very important. I think right now, what's most important is to try and look at the markets from an objective point of view. And what I'm seeing, and this is my personal interpretation, and that can be completely wrong, but what I'm seeing right here, guys, for my reasoning and my understanding of the markets, I'm seeing that we are in the third year of a 4-year cycle, and then also the last part of the third year, which is generally speaking from the past 12 to even more years has been the most bullish season for Bitcoin and crypto in general. Then we have Bitcoin is trading at all-time highs. It's consolidating at all-time highs. And when I open Twitter, I do see many people being bearish. I feel myself a lot of doubt. So I know that the market is in a very strange position. There is a lot of doubt. But if you look at the season and you look at the price action, we're trading at all-time highs in the best season that is possible to be in with Bitcoin, and people are doubting, like, how perfect do we want to get it? This is my personal, guys, interpretation. So guys, in terms of the 60-day cycle, we are on day 41, which means that in roughly 19 to 20 days, we are going to see potentially, or around that area, we are going to see the next 60-day cycle low. And the big question will be, of course, whether we are going to roll over right here, going into the 60-day cycle low, getting a correction, quite a rejection from these levels, and then hopefully make another attempt and break it on the next 60-day cycle, especially early in the 60-day cycle, or, which I still think is definitely possible, we are going to see something like this, where we break out to the upside right here, break above the previous highs, then come down and test this as the 60-day cycle low. This would be a very beautiful scenario. Then we start the next 60-day cycle above the previous all-time highs. We can see a lot of strength, because generally speaking, guys, another reason I can throw into the bullish mix right here is, of course, that every time Bitcoin breaks above a multi-month consolidation, we often have a multi-month rally. So we are right now in the midst of it, so why stop right now? Why would we are turning around right now? It is possible, like I said, there are no certainty in the markets, but for me personally, I have more reasons to be optimistic. And like I said in yesterday's video, guys, in hindsight, it's always easy. Don't forget that. In hindsight, it's always so easy. When this thing comes down right now, in hindsight, it would always be, yeah, of course, because of this, and that. Or when it goes up and it breaks and it goes to on a rally again, right now it continues this rally. In hindsight, it's going to be like, yeah, it was the obvious move. Right now, we don't see that move. That is what makes it so difficult. So we got to work with the information that we have right now. And that's why I'm calling out the arguments that I think are important to me, but they don't have to be important for you. But ask yourself very much, what is your own emotional state? Because we got to have an insight in that emotional state. Maybe have a look online, look at the emotional states of other YouTubers or maybe Twitter accounts. Look at these emotional states. What is a little bit the consensus? I sense a lot of doubt. And I think there are a lot of reasons to have doubt. But generally speaking, when we just look at the price action, then the price action, so far, there is nothing wrong. The price action have not indicated anything yet to me that we've entered a bear market or that we are going to see a flash crash, black swan, crazy corrections. Price action has not yet indicated that to me. And even when we have a look at the altcoin market cap, guys, like I shared with you yesterday, also get a little bit of a push today. I mean, I said we can have a pullback. That is completely normal. The pullback just should not go too deep, but it's so normal to get a pullback from the resistance and don't break the resistance just in one go. Maybe we do something like this, where we just get a pullback from the resistance, and then the second try we take it out, and then we break out, and then we get the firework, and then all the news is following. I don't know, but based on this chart, guys, based on this structure, I still see an uptrend right here. There is no indication of a downtrend, so why should I prepare for a downtrend or a black swan event if I just can't see it? But maybe I'm blind, guys. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comment section what you think is going to happen with altcoins and with Bitcoin. But okay, guys, that was it for this beautiful Sunday video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a thumbs up. If you are still looking for a new exchange where you can trade crypto, but maybe also commodities and stocks using crypto, then look no further. Have a look at BTCC Exchange. If you join with the affiliate link down below in the description, you will get a 10% deposit bonus on your first deposit, which you can use for trading. Profits can be withdrawn, so you can actually open a trade without using your own capital if you place your stop loss correctly. So this is a pretty big bonus. If you are interested, if you are an experienced trader and you like this exchange, make sure to join BTCC with the link down below. Then, guys, I want to wish every single one of you a very beautiful Sunday, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.